This little shop behind me has served me very well, and it's the second bookshop I've had so far, but it's already time to upgrade. Right, so I haven't looked in here for a while, but I believe we do have a few diamonds here and there. Yep. This is going well. I think the books are definitely going to sell. Hopefully, if I get this other one set up, yeah, mending doing very well there as well. Looting, yep. But as we can see, I don't have much of a selection. And this shop, it doesn't really lend itself to adding much more. So I think it's time to go a little bit bigger. Alright, so we're doing alright for diamonds there. Another 76. Very happy about that. And I've also just made another half stack. My dad just contacted me and said that he wanted to buy some with the skeleton skulls, but as I already had some beacons, I decided to sell him one for half a stack of diamonds. So I've just done that, and that'll do for me. The other thing we got sorted as well, we met up with Raevhynn, who was being a bit flashy with his shulker shells, and from the deal we did last time with the wither roses, he has given me 2 stacks of shulker shells and a stack of chests, so I can make 64 shulker boxes, which is absolute madness.
Hey!
What an entrance. I love it. That's madness. That's probably not even scratching the surface, is it, what you've got?
No, it's about a chest full per hour on this farm.
Really?
So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is insane. So I have an entire shulker of just like extra shulker shells. You know?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So yeah, there plenty more where those came from.
Great, and the shop is stocked as well, isn't it?
It is indeed.
I might not need to make a visit just yet, but I'm sure I will soon.
Hopefully those will tide you over for a few hours at least.
Yeah, at least a few hours. Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, very much appreciated. Thank you for that.
You betcha. Well, have fun with those, and I still haven't made it over to your main base. I'm looking forward to checking that out. But
yeah, I'm looking forward to getting started on it, because that village is supposed to just be a temporary thing. Like, I'm supposed to be doing an ocean monument for my main base. So,
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I have made a bit of a start on it, but
nice.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Right on. Well, I haven't even started on my main base. I'm still hanging out with my starter, but that's all right.
Oh, you've been using your time wisely. Definitely.
Yeah, we're trying to drum up some diamonds here so that once people get shops going, I've got some money to spend.
Cool. Yeah, well, that's my next project. I'm upgrading this bookshop. Going to move it over to the shopping district.
Oh, very nice.
Got a few more to sell.
All right. Well, cool.
So yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, hey, have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too. Thanks for that.
All right.
See you soon.
You bet. Bye.
Bye. And over in his shop, he's also got this fully stocked as well. Look at this absolute craziness. So it's still diamond each, which is fine. But yeah, that's mad. Hopefully, I won't need to buy these anytime soon, but you know me, I probably will. This is where we're going to be working today, because I want to get a shop set up. I'm planning on going for quite a big build. I don't want to encroach on anything that's already here, so I'm planning to build it opposite the nether portal. So once we come out of here, I'm going to have it directly opposite. And I think if we just go down here, but because this slopes down a bit, we're going to have to go big, but maybe also raise it up off the ground as well. Do a little bit of terraforming. But I'm no stranger to doing a bit of terraforming, so I'm happy to do a bit of that. But for now, let's get back over to the village and we'll have a look at what I've been doing to stock this shop up. Okay, so over in the trading hall, things are looking a little bit different. I now have a full set of villagers, and I think I've got pretty much every trade I need. Definitely everything I want to sell anyway. I don't know if I showed this last time, but I did have this done before the last episode, so I may have shown it. Anyway, I don't think I've been through everything, because we only had, I think, 3, maybe 4 villagers last time. And I've got them all labelled now because there's so many of them. We already had Mending, Silk Touch, Efficiency, and I believe Unbreaking 3 as well. But I've been through, added 2 more villagers, and these are all zombie discounted as well, down to 1 emerald, so we can get an absolute ton of these for next to nothing. So we've got Looting 3, Sharpness 5, Infinity, Sweeping Edge and Flame, Depth Strider, Feather Falling, Aqua Affinity, Respiration, and over on this side, because I ran out of room, we've got Fortune 3 and Feather Falling 4. And yeah, I've already got Feather Falling there, so we can get loads of those. So I've already been stocking up on these a little bit. These were the last of my shulker boxes before we did that deal with Raevhynn. So I can go get a few more of those, but I've left them over at my starter base. So we'll grab some more if we need some and stock up on a few more books. I've filled this one pretty much for Fortune 3. And there's my dad using his beacon. Nice. So we've also got Depth Strider and Feather Falling here for the boots. And then I've done Respiration and Aqua Affinity for the helmets in there. So we're going to grab these and get those over there. But before we do that, we need to build a shop, don't we? So you'll also notice I've also added masons in as well, and that's because I wanted to use bricks, and I didn't want to go mining for clay and cooking it up, so I've been trading an absolute ton with these masons, and I bought loads of bricks and crafted them up somewhere. There we go. So I've got quite a few in here, and I'll take some bricks as well, because I'm probably going to use some of the new pots in there. And I'm also going to use amethyst as well. I've been mining out a little bit of that. Maybe some of this as well. No, actually, I need to put them back because I need to grab these shulker boxes die. Got all that picked up, so we'll get back to spawn and have a look at the other building materials that I'm going to be using. Okay, so these shulker boxes up here should contain everything I need to get this built. And it's quite a big building, so there's quite a lot. I've got a full box of deep slate there, and I think this is mainly for the roof. Amethyst and bricks, as we've just seen. A little bit of glass because we need windows. And I'm probably going to do that purple. But we'll see how it goes once we get everything else up. Full chest of spruce, because I'm really into using the stripped spruce logs at the minute. So that's what all that's for. And then I've got a little bit of dark oak as well. But thinking about it, I don't think this is going to be enough. So I may need to chop a bit of this down. But this is mainly for the interior. So I can do that a bit later on. I want to get the main structure built first. Okay, and I've just put those 3 shulker boxes, the books, up here. I think everything else is just in the shop. So I'll grab that once we've got the new one built. So I'm going to go back across and do a bit more trading. But for now, we'll grab these and get on with a little bit of building. Right, so back over in the shopping district, I picked out the spot where I'm going to be building, and I've just had the idea of actually building it a little bit up off the floor. I know I did say I was going to do that anyway and do a little bit of terraforming, but I think I'm going to take it a step further and build it even higher, and then have like a tunnel that goes underneath it, and then maybe have like a dock area around the back. Don't know what the point of that is, but you know, I like doing a little bit of building, so why not? Let's do it. Right, so I've got everything I need down here. I've got a ton of stone, so I'm going to build like a platform out of that, and then that'll lend itself to doing like the dock and the base of this thing. So yeah, got everything we need. So let's jump into a time lapse and get some building done. And there it is. And this definitely makes an impact over here from the nether portal, which is what I was going for. And I'm hoping it's not because it's floating in the air. And yeah, this needs fixing. At the moment, it's floating on this base. And I was hoping whilst I was building this, inspiration would hit and I'd know exactly what I was going to do with this. But no, didn't happen. Anyway, we'll get to that. I'm sure we can figure something out. But if we just have a look inside, nothing happening yet. Still see the inside of the roof, and there's nothing for sale yet. I do have a few bits over here, and you'll notice I also have a few sea lanterns. That's kind of a secret. Let's not talk about that just yet. Got to get the interior done, and I think I'm going to do that next. I was planning on doing the base next, but you know, I'm going to try and avoid that for as long as I can. So I am just going to jump ahead and get this interior built, and this is what I needed the dark oak for. So hopefully this should do, because I'm using a lot of the stripped logs and a few stairs as well. But if I need some more, I'll just go grab some. So I'll get on with this, and then we can have a look at the final design. And a short time later, this is where we are. And I think this is looking pretty good. Excuse the shulker boxes in the bed, those will be going. But this is the design I've gone for. So we have a ton of chests on each side, and this is where the books are going to be placed for sale. And the rest of it is all just decoration. So plenty of bookshelves and lecterns just to hammer home the point that this is a bookshop. And a chest for people to get the diamonds, and anvils so they can do a bit of easy combining of the books. And that is pretty much it. And because of the name The Mystic Library, we're going for a kind of a magic feel. So that's what we've got the amethyst for. I've always wanted to use amethyst in the build, and I thought this was a good time to do it. But we're not done there yet. I just don't have everything I need. So what I want to do now is have some floating candles. Definitely an original idea when it comes to magic. But I don't have any candles at the moment. Don't have any beeswax. So that is what I'm going to go set up now, and then we can get these finished off. And you'll also see outside. Yep, I haven't done the base yet, but let's not look at that for now. Right, so back over at the village, I'm just going to plant a load of these birch saplings, because you can do this with oak or birch, but oak can grow into the big trees with the side branches, and they're very, very annoying. So if you just do this with birch, it's much simpler. And I'm going to grab some of these poppies that I've just got from the iron farm, which I'm not filtering these out yet, so I've just got a few of these. And if we just place them with a 1 block gap away from the saplings, once these trees grow up, there's a 5% chance they will have a bee nest attached to them. So we're just going to wait for those to do the thing. I could bone meal them, but we'll just leave them to it, because in the meantime, I do have a big job that I want to get on with. Right, so I'm planning ahead a little bit here. As I'm going to be building my main base inside an ocean monument, and of course that means having a guardian farm, I'm definitely going to want to make use of the dark prismarine, and for that we're going to need an absolute ton of the ink sacs. So that means building a squid farm. Now, a squid farm, definitely not too difficult to do, but it is all about the location. Now, obviously, my drown farm was built in a river biome, so I can build a squid farm directly below it. No problem. The thing is, the AFK point I've picked out, it does mean that I'm going to have to remove a lot of the river. So that is what I'm doing here. Placing down an absolute ton of sand, and it's quite deep in certain points this. But I'm just going all the way along, sectioning it all off, and then we can go through with the sponges that we've got from the ocean monuments, placing these down a few at a time, get rid of all the water, and drying these off the easy way by taking them into nether, placing them down, and back to it, placing all of this down until the water's gone. Right, so now it's time we can build this squid farm, and I am going really big here. It is a little bit ridiculous. I have built this farm before, and I've built quite a small version, and I was in my single player world. I'm going really big here. We're going for 9 max size nether portals, so that's 23 blocks across, and for the whole depth that the squid can spawn, and we've got 9 of those. Absolutely ridiculous. There are a few things that I need to collect before I can finish it off. First one is an absolute ton of obsidian. I hardly have any, and I need, I think, 11 stacks for this. So we're over in the end, setting up a beacon and taking down one of the pillars. And I was going to take this whole pillar down, but I got to nearly 12 stacks, and I thought, yeah, that's more than enough, and this took me about half an hour, so definitely had enough of this. And the other thing was glowstone. I need to light up this farm at the bottom so we don't get any drown spawning, because that would be really bad. And I do only have the one cleric to buy them from, and buying 12 at a time, it does take a while. So I've been exploring the nether a little bit, mining out some of the glowstone, and while I was next to one vein, I got the advancement for being in a bastion, and I couldn't even see the bastion, so I dug around a little bit and found it, and it was really quiet in there, not many piglins, and judging by the chests, it looks like this one had already been raided. And building this farm, I have cut a few corners. What you're supposed to do is only have the water flow 3 blocks high and have blocks in between to split it into sections, and I believe the idea behind that is it stops fish spawning, but you know what? I'm not too bothered. Also, the AFK point should actually be really close to this. You're supposed to do it between 24 and 32 blocks away, so the squid don't just sit there. But I have tested this with an AFK point really far away, and it works fine. And that's it pretty much done. All that remains is the water. So we're just going to place some temporary dirt blocks in between each of the portals, place the water down on top, and then we can dig away the dirt. The water will flow down right to the bottom, and if we get far enough away, the squid will start spawning. And the last part of this is linking up all of these portals to the same portal in the nether. That is already done, but there is one thing left to do. This nether portal, I need to have some entities inside of it that will push all the squid out so they can suffocate on these hoppers rather than on the obsidian and go into waste. So the trick to it is to stack boats with the small mobs inside, and by small mobs, there's a few different types you can use, either cats or foxes. The easiest one I think is chickens. So I'm doing that here. But I later realised this is completely wrong. What you're supposed to do is have adult chickens, not baby chickens. So I was cutting corners a little bit here. Right, so here it is. This is where we are at the minute. And it is a big monstrosity, not the prettiest thing in the world. And I definitely need to do something with the terrain around here. And we have another modern trader, see what he's got to offer. But, yeah, we have a few issues. So the farm itself, not a problem. But yeah, this is the bubble elevator that goes up to the AFK point for the drown farm, so I definitely need to move this. I think what I want to do, as I have the AFK point for the squid farm there, I'm going to have a bubble elevator at the back. As you can see, I've already started marking it out. But if we have that further back, we can have a little room around this, but maybe put a few villagers up there as well that have the trades for the tridents. I think that would definitely be a good idea. First up though, I'm going to do a bit of AFK. Not too long, I just want to see how this goes. Right, so we're just going to wait in here. Let's give it half an hour. Right, so I've done slightly over half an hour up there. I did free cam around a bit and I saw plenty of squid spawning, so hopefully we should be alright. And I didn't mention as well, I had to sync up this portal differently because, yeah, I made a bit of a mistake. Let's go have a look, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So yeah, we have a new nether portal below here, and that's because I decided to put the trap of this one lower than all of my other portals. So the one I've got on top of that house in the overworld would now sync to the trap for the squid, and that definitely wouldn't be good. So I've had to put this one in here, and yeah, it's a bit of an issue, but I'll probably move all my portals down to this level. Maybe have my own personal nether hub over here, since I've got a few portals. But anyway, you can hear things going on here. These boats are definitely wrong, and one of the chickens has escaped, so I definitely should have waited for those to be an adult. But never mind. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, this was half an hour, seriously, I didn't do any more than that. That's madness, and considering I cut a few corners, there's not that many fish in here, is there? So, very happy about that. Maybe that's changed a little bit. Nice, and a few eggs as well, so I definitely need to redo this. So I've got some wheat seeds with me, and I've actually started an egg farm as well, just at my village. So we'll get some more eggs and we'll redo this. But you know what? It's not that big a deal. I can't have lost that many. Since, even if I have, I don't care. Look at this. This is absolutely crazy. I don't know what to say. Yeah, this is going to do well for that prismarine. Happy about that. Very, very happy about that. Very happy indeed. Right, so back at the village, I have a few chickens in here. I think there's only 4 in there, but I've got a few eggs. So when I redo that, if I do actually, I can use these. Let's shove those in there as well. Don't need them. And the main thing I was doing over here was this, wasn't it? So I've got my bee farm over here. I think these are ready to harvest again. Whilst I was doing all this, clearing the water out, I did come over here every now and then and shade these. So I'm going to take this honeycomb now, and I can craft up these candles, and we can finish off the interior of the bookshop, and then we can get on building that base, can't we? Right, so I'll grab some string, and we can craft up 60 candles. That should be more than enough. Right, I've crafted up some more, so let's have these purple candles. Right, that should do the trick. Let's get back over to the shopping district. Right, so I've got the candles, and I've also grabbed some purple stained glass panes, and that's for another little idea I've had. But one more thing I want. We'll come over to Luke's wool shop, because this definitely saves me a job. 1 diamond for a stack of wool, so I'm definitely going to take that. I want some purple, because I'm going to do some banners and maybe some carpets as well, so I'll take that. Very handy, thank you. And I haven't been over here for a bit, but yeah, loving this. I just think we need that extra little magic touch with the candles, and I think we should be good to go. So the idea is, we're going to have some floating candles, but you can't just place candles in the air. So what we're going to need to do is place down some temporary blocks, and I better have a flint and steel on me either way. But we can place these down, and they are just going to be single ones. We're not going to do groups of them, and just at various points throughout the air. And this is going to look really cool. Once they're lit as well. Do I have a flint and steel? Of course I don't. But anyway, we're going to have a few of these, and if we have some further, I don't know if I can place it against it. No, but every now and then, we'll have some of these just floating like that. They'll need to be a little bit higher up if we do these, but we can just have a few of these here and there. And I think these could look, even just if we just have a few shards of these on their own, that would just look like light sources or something coming off. Just magical particles, basically. So I'm going to have a play with this, get a flint and steel so we can light them as well. And I'm also going to put banners up. With that wool that I've just got, I need to get some sticks, die. But on these pillars, just to break up the heavy brownness of this, I'm just going to have banners, I think, pretty much on every one of these. Just scaling up the purple a little bit to go along with the amethyst, and I think we should be in a pretty good spot. Then we just need to put everything on sale and build a base. So yeah, when I say it like that, it's quite a lot, isn't it? Let's get it done. And a short time later, this thing is now done. So as I said, all we've done really is just put the banners up, and we've got all these floating candles and a few of the glass panes just to represent some particles. And I think this is looking pretty cool. Maybe could have done a few more candles, but you know what? For now, I think that's alright. We've got a few up on shelves as well, some over here at the front desk. And you know what? That looks pretty good to me. And I've also spent some time organising the books over here, got these all labelled up, and already a few sales. Very happy about that. So making sales already. That'll do for me. And outside, also got the base done, and I'm really loving this staircase. And I've also put the tunnel in below. Still don't know what the purpose of this is. Could maybe do some market stalls down here, like an underground indoor market kind of thing. That could work. And then out the back, very simple, but I was going for a dock area. Not finished this yet. We may do something else around here. Once I get the Guardian farm going, and I do a shop for that, maybe have that in this little lake. That could work. And then after getting this base done, I got a little bit carried away and just carried on this path all the way up to the nether portal. And I also linked up all the shops that are along here as well. I did stop over here, so I've started a little one here. But then we've got Amradorn's shop here and Binary's bamboo shop over there. And I wasn't sure how to do this, partly because it's on a diagonal, partly because it's quite far away, and partly because these buildings look a little bit more rustic, so maybe this path wouldn't have fit in. So I'll leave this as it is for now, and maybe someone else can finish that bit off. And I think that is going to do me for today. Got an absolute ton of progress done. Very happy with how this shop is looking, and hopefully it'll provide us some diamonds. So remember to leave a like if you've enjoyed this video, and definitely go check out all the other Ramblers. But for now, I'll leave it there, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.